Today I'm going to teach you how to hit champion in just 5 steps. And I'm going to do so by giving you 5 unique tips that I guarantee you've never heard before. And if you have heard of any of these, put your Venmo in the comments. I'll Venmo you $5. So tip number 1, and just hear me out on these before you click off or anything, is to bump that dummy heat while you're warming up. I'm sure you all know that you're supposed to do T-hunts and whatnot before you play ranked, or maybe run a quick casual or something, just to get your hands moving, the blood flowing. But barely anyone I know bumps dummy hard tunes while they're running a train through the T-hunt. Now what's most important on this tip is that you don't just listen to music, because music can actually have adverse effects. That is if you utilize music incorrectly. Most people will just go ahead and listen to their own music. They'll smash some Mariah Carey Christmas songs, or maybe hop on the T-Swift jet for a quick flyby. But that is exactly what you don't want to do. As much as I like to bust a quick one with Mariah Carey, that is not going to help you in your rank games. The type of artists that are actually going to help you in rank games are people like NBA Youngboy. There's truly nothing like listening to Make No Sense by NBA Youngboy while you're banging a bunch of terrorists in T-Hunt. It'll give you an energy unfelt like any other. Not only is it top tier music to get your wiggler wiggling, but it's the cream of the crop with extra cream on top. Some other honorable mentions may include TK as you were on the race to champion, or maybe even Travis Scott, because well, once you hit champion, you're going to be the highest in the room. Or you could listen to the new Metro Boomin album. I guess I will accept that as well. But moving on to tip number 2, you're going to need to obtain a master's in Rizology. Whether you're in college or you're going to go to college soon, I want you to major in Rizology. Or you could become a doctor and diagnose yourself with Rizzitis. The only alternate path to that would be to get the Rizfluenza vaccine, of course. Now look, I fully admit that this tip may seem a little bit unrelated to Siege, but allow me to extrapolate it back to Siege. Just hear me out, alright? That's all I ask. You're such a sweat, dude. It will come in a circle, or it'll come full circle. That's what, watch this. You're dead. I hate everything, dude. Like, your family, dude. Who raised this kid? As you can probably tell from the last clip, I'm not a very good Valkyries player, but I am a pretty good Flores player. So going those 2 operators will definitely help upgrade your Riz. Just a quick tip for you guys. However, some other methods of upgrading your Riz, and again, I'm going to explain why you want to do this in a second, but if you already know some general Rizology, you could always opt for the more complicated option of Quantum Rizix. Maybe going back to tip number 1, you could bump some T-Rizly while you're warming up, or reading the Wizard of Oz is another option, and once you combine all these methods together, you'll really become the top Rizzler. However, all of those methods, I do admit, are sort of side methods. You know, they're sort of just personal tips that I've invented. The main method of upgrading a Riz is going to be reading Rizzery books. Learning all about World War II and the atrocities that Adolf Rizzler committed. Learning all about how Queen Elizabeth and Franklin Delano Roosevelt led the United States and their other country to victory in World War II. Not to mention reviewing the tremendous strides that Martin Luther Riz helped create during the Civil Riz movement. Studying these Rizorical figures I often recommend as a last resort, because ultimately crafting your own unique Riz is the best method of pulling those bad biddies. However, the reason that upgrading a Riz is such an important and necessary topic when it comes to ranking up to champion is because the teammates that you get on your team are not going to want to play with you if you have no Riz. If you're an El Brokey with no social skills, people are not going to want to swat up with you and play with you. It's just not, you're just a loser. You're not fun to play with. And when I say play with, I don't mean play with. I mean play Rainbow Six Siege with. But not only are you not fun to play Siege with, but you're not fun to play with either, because, well, you have no experience with women. Who's going to want to play with you? You've got no play before, so why would someone want to play with you now? So that's the quick spark notes as to why you want to obtain the W Riz. You want to do so because it makes you a man of higher status and better quality to be around. Down to one friend. My tears have been used. Just a quick commercial for you guys. I'm getting ran through like a train in this rank game. Goodness gracious. Anyway, next up for tip number 3, we have Jack some Fwarkin Iron. I'm talking Ziz tile, baby. We're all gonna make it, bro. C-Bum recently won the Olympia, so grab your trend. Let's start Fwarking some iron up. But with that being said, once you really start going gym and getting dummy hard, Alex Eubank, Lex Little, you start going gym for real, you're gonna feel way better about yourself. You're gonna want to play rank. You're gonna be happier when you lose your rank games, which is gonna give you a positive mindset when you go into your next rank game and make you more likely to win your next rank game and your next, and it's gonna be a positive snowball of deliciousness. You're gonna quit Myron, Bolo, and Jinx, and you're gonna start Myron yourself, bro, with your own games, because you're gonna be a freaking champion. You're gonna be him. On to tip number 4. Tip number 4, I honestly forgot what it was. It'll come back to me, but for tip number 5, you want to take inspiration from the great leaders of our time. People like our President of the United States, Joe Biden. Look up to these people, these heroes of our time. They're changing the world right in front of our eyes. You can see the gas prices just skyrocketing. It's truly incredible. Food prices have gone up more than I have ever seen. It's truly incredible work, and I've never seen anything like it in my life. But doing things such as watching Bosef Jaiden's speeches, rallies, it'll get you so hyped for your rank games. It's like watching one of those David Goggins motivational videos, but on steroids. I see some people always making fun of him for sniffing children and whatnot. I honestly think that's just W Riz. Going back to tip number 2, Joe Riz Biden, he knows what W Riz looks like, and he is employing it right in front of your very eyes. The haters are gonna hate. Oh, wait, I remember what tip number 4 is. Okay, it's watch more Andrew Tate. That's right, you need to reclaim your masculinity if you want to hit champion. I need you to start watching Hamza videos, self-improvement. Start improving yourself. Take the red pill. One thing that I like to do is to go onto YouTube and research embrace masculinity, reject modernity, and a bunch of videos will come up. They're absolutely insane. They'll get you gassed up, I'm telling you. Those are my 5 tips on how to hit champion. Hopefully they work. And yeah.
My tears have been